When we're young, we have an amazing, positive outlook about how great life is going to be, but somewhere along the line, we forget to dream and end up settling. Join Up Dots features amazing people who refuse to give up and chose to go after their dreams. This is your blueprint for greatness. So here's your host, live from the back of his garden in the UK, David Ralph.
Yes, hello there. Good morning to you. Good morning to you, and thank you so much for being here with the old Ralph Meister. Yes, good morning to you. It's as I'm recording this, it's early Sunday morning, and I'm bashing out the episodes. I'm getting ahead of the game as much as possible, because yes, as I said in a previous episode, or did I? You may not have heard that before you've heard this. It all gets a bit weird in Join Up Dots land because I record and I put it out and I schedule it, and so sometimes I think, did I say that, or have I said that to myself and you haven't heard it? But anyway, I'm coming across to New York City, New Jersey, and while I'm out there, of course, a lot of episodes have to go live, and so I'm banging them out big time, people, at the moment for you. Now, what I'm going to talk about today, yes, there's a reason for me doing this, is in response to a email that I received from a gentleman called Connor in, where is he? Ohio. No, that was just stupid, really. I'm slightly blushing. Slightly blushing that I've now got an image of dwarfs with pickaxe and shovels over their shoulders, marching through United States of America. Now, this guy, Connor, said to me, where is he? Dear David, I was very interested by a recent episode that you gave us about clearing the decks of bad friends. Yes, it was an interesting one. I've had quite a few responses about that one, actually. And, it was a while ago, but I'm glad you listened. It was very insightful and made me think of a few people in my life that delight in sharing images of me online, which I wish they didn't. You know how it is, drunken party images. No, I don't. I've never touched a drop in my life. Okay, there's a few, but when I used to do it, no one had any cameras, which was brilliant, which was fantastic. You know how it is, drunken party images when you are 17 don't feel as fun when you're in your 40s and trying to create a new life. Anyway, due to that episode, I was inspired to ask you a question. I'm building my own business, coaching people to become scratch golfers in Ohio, US. I'm fortunate that the market pays well, as most of my clients have been very successful and will readily pay. Good for you, sir. Good for you. You're opening the wallets of the people that want what you've got. However, I'm now realizing that with this investment, they expect an unreasonable level of support and time frames, which is making my home life difficult. Boo! Boo to those rich people. Do you have any suggestions as to how I can make this situation better for myself, my family, and of course my sanity? Yes, I do, actually. And it's a funny thing because I've been through this and loads of people have been through this. I think it's kind of part of the journey of, Join Up Dots and online business and in entrepreneurial daring do, that you can quite easily pick up crappy customers, and it's normally the cheap ones, which is interesting that yours are quite rich. It's the ones that don't have a lot of money but then want to squeeze it out of you like you're a sponge or a flannel, and they're trying to get that extra out of you. Now, when I started Join Up Dots in the early days, I'm trying to think back to what I did now. Yes, I had a few coaching clients. And I had a guy that came through to me, and he said, and I've told this story, I repeat myself a lot, but there's a lot of content I have to put out. And he said to me, and David, he was from Africa somewhere, and he said, David, I would like you to coach me. I'm inspired, blah, 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 blah. And he was the first one, and I thought, brilliant, that's excellent. Yeah, okay. And so I said to him, okay, it's a year's course. For 10 grand. Now I'm a lot more than that for a tiny short period of time, but at that time it was 10 grand. And he said, "Yes, that is no problem at all. I will do that." And so I had a client. I thought, this is brilliant. And I didn't even know what I was going to be sort of coaching him for, really. I just kind of blagged my way through because, hey, in those days, there was money on the table and I was going to grab it and I didn't care who it was. I just wanted the cash. Anyhow, he was all right, but he referred me through to a load of other people. And I went from basically no money at all to like six figures in a very short period of time. But I realised that the majority of them, and if you're listening back first person, you was all right, but the rest, I used to wake up and, oh, God, I've got to speak to them. And they just would be emailing me all the time and messaging me. And I'd go through things with them. And then they never got it. And it didn't matter how clear and precise. And I just couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand why they were getting it. And then I realised that actually they were the wrong customers. And what I'd effectively done, I'd gone from a job that I didn't like because I had one rubbish boss. And I ended up with 10 rubbish bosses sort of dictating my time and pulling me from pillar to post. So I got to a point and I said to my wife, I can't do this. And she said, oh, just put up with it. You know, it's not too bad. I went, it is. If I'm starting to create my own business, woman, I want to have one that I actually enjoy and not think, oh my God, I've got to do this. So I said to him, look, this isn't working. And I gave them all their money back. The majority of their money, about 99%. I kept a little bit. And I thought to myself, right, I need to do something to allow myself to have this ability to be a bit more choosy. And so that's why I created WhatsAppFloridaKeys.com, which gave me the ability to bring income into my life and allowed me to become a bit choosy. Now, what I have found, as I said right at the very beginning, if you go cheap, you get cheap customers, and they really do try to ring you. If you actually put your prices up and really comprehensively price them up, you will lose certain people, but you will gain people that it's weird. They just don't ask for as much. They do exactly what you say, and they appreciate your value more. It's really interesting. So, Connor, for your business, one of the things that I would say for you to do is the next person that comes along, actually sit down with them and talk to them first of all and see, do you actually like them? Because I imagine in the golfing sort of world, you're going to spend a lot of time walking around in stinking hot conditions, teaching them how to putt and chip and drive and all those other golfing terms. And so you've got to kind of enjoy the company. Now, you don't have to be lovers. You don't need to be sort of going at it in bunkers because they're absolutely perfect for you, but you've got to at least think to yourself, okay, this is going to be a pleasant day and stuff. So that's the first thing that I would do. I wouldn't just accept a customer through. I would spend a little bit of time talking to them, finding out what they want, and actually seeing, is there a connection? Because, as I say, you're going to be spending a lot of time with them. That's the first thing that I would do. And then the second thing, I would look at my prices and I would increase them. And I would increase them to drop off certain people, but then it means that you don't have to have as many customers and you're still making the same amount of money. And that's the key thing, because when you say on there, well, did I actually read that or did I stop reading that? I think I did, about unreasonable level of support and timeframes, which is making my home life difficult. Do you have any suggestions? Yeah, I would put the money up and drop down on the amount of customers, because then if you've got bad customers, it doesn't matter. You haven't got as many of them, and you go down from 8 bad bosses to 4 bad bosses, and then it gives you some breathing time, and then sort of move on accordingly. Okay, it's a real leap of faith, Connor. It really is, because you think, oh, who's going to pay this? Who's going to pay that? And we always benchmark it on how much we can afford, and we think, oh, I wouldn't pay that. I wouldn't. But you know, people out there have got a ton of money. So all you need to do is find the people that want to have the best and position yourself as the best. And I'm sure if you can get people down to scratch golfers, which is, I believe, down to sort of level par, isn't it, for a golf round, then you must be extremely good at what you do. Put your prices up. speak to them first of all. Make sure that there's a connection, and you can do it on Zoom, any of the online platforms, or as it's sort of a local business, I imagine you could go round and meet them and actually think, is there a connection? Are they somebody that I actually want to spend time with? And if you are in the fortunate position that the money that you're bringing in from these clients can pay for all your bills, then that's brilliant. And if they are not, and you've still got a shortfall, then look at reducing the amount that you're spending at home. That's the biggest win that I made, that I reduced all my overheads as much as possible, which allowed me to have breathing space to grow Join Up Dots right from the very start. So that's my suggestions to you, young Connor, and that's my suggestions to people out there. You don't have to go for bad bosses surrounding you in a business. You are in control. You've got what they want, so you can actually bring into your business the right customers. Now, if you think to yourself, I'm not getting enough customers at the beginning, then yeah, it might be something that you've got to suck it up and just get through that until your business builds. You can't just be sitting there going, no, I don't like you, the way you suck that straw, and I don't like you. You know, you got to be a bit selective, but not too selective right at the very beginning, because hey, you got to get the ball rolling. But once you get the ball rolling, your confidence will develop, and you will be able to see that actually you don't need to take all these horrible people, and just go for the ones that you think that you can work with and you will enjoy, and they will get value, and you will see your business blossom. Oh yes, you will. Anyway, so thank you very much for that quick question. Okay, and for anybody else who wants to drop me a line and ask me anything, then do so at joinupdots@gmail.com. And of course you can come over to the website, and there's a little button at the bottom that it says contact, and if you contact us, I will contact you back. Yes, brilliant stuff. Until next time, thank you so much for being here on Join Up Dots, and I will see you again soon. I will. Well, I might not see you, but I'll hear you. I won't even hear you. I don't even know what I'm saying. You will hear me. You will hear me, which is good enough. Until next time, see ya. Bye-bye.
That's the end of Join Up Dots. You've heard the conversation. Now it's time for you to start taking massive action. Create your future, create your life. It's the only life you've got. And we'll be back again real soon. Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots. Join Up Dots.